All right, so here's version 2 of my 3D printed, I said it wrong last video, plastic rivet removal tool. I said snap ring pliers because at some point I did make some snap ring pliers, maybe a couple years ago. So I'm hoping these break apart much easier than the last one. No such luck yet. I increased the gap significantly. What else did I do? I increased the retraction significantly. I increased the cooling significantly. So between those three, that should help. And I made some other changes as well. So I'm just trying to sort of peel apart the... Oh, that sounded good. That really sounded good. Usually I just do this right in my... Look at that. Usually I just do this right in my shed. But it stinks like nylon fumes in there right now, so I figured I'd do it up here. My nice clean air area upstairs in my house. Look at that. I mean, I'm saying total success. All right, almost total success. I have to pull it back apart a little bit. So I guess I should have designed it more like this. And that way, once I squeezed it, it would spring apart enough. But that's all right. That's going to be fine. Let's test it with some the actual application it's designed for. Oh, I forgot I was going to trim the... Don't even need to. Bam, look at that. That is good. Way better than the first try. And that's why you prototype things. And I could probably take out a lot of the material. Let's do it again just for the fun of it. Pop it all in. Bam. That just works. Awesome. Guess I can also use it to push back in. All right. Pretty happy about that. I thought later, I was like, I could have made it a lot simpler, but I decided against that. Like, I could have made it just like a big pair of tweezers, but the problem with that is this slight little motion of the handle does a lot of motion at this end, and you really want the opposite. And this might even be more motion at the handle, the ratio of the motion of the handle to the ratio of motion at the end, but you don't want the end to move much, just enough to grab in here. So, look at that. And actually, I want to do them on these cheaper ones that I have because they are a tighter gap, and it was a bit problematic. Like the other one that I had to repair in the other video, it no. It was this guy. Has a tighter gap. This one. Wow, that one really snapped in tight. So it's a different size, but just to test with it, when I tested it, the K1 one had more of a gap there. This is a much tighter gap. And this I probably do need to trim these to be narrower to get this one, but let's see. And it's also, I need to pull it out wider because it's a bigger head. Yeah, I'd have to make this one narrower because this one the gap is very low on this one. I don't want to damage the corner. So it's not really designed for this one. Plus, actually, though, if I trim the edge, and I don't have a cutter up here, I didn't think I forgot that I was going to trim these. My whole plan was to trim these with the cutters anyway, just to make them narrower so they fit in the channel. And plus, this head of the button is bigger, so it's tricky to grab it. So I'm not going to call that a fail. This is the part that it's designed to work on. And there it goes. Definite success. The job, the stereo job we did, I spent so much time wrestling with, must have been at least 15 or 20 of these on the Kawasaki, and you just couldn't pull them out with pliers. And I must have, to get it apart, should have taken me 10 minutes, and I bet it took me 2 hours just to take it apart. Fun part is it was raining, and we were doing it outside. All right, I'm liking this. A little more travel than I would have hoped for. Like I have to push it wide to get it over it and then reach. But that's, I mean, that's a nothing complaint. That is a victory for the good guys. So that's what I'm saying. Oops. Yeah, so what did I do from the old one? The old one's in my truck, I guess. So I made it thicker, just so it's more rigid. I made the spring thicker, so it's more springy, although it doesn't spring back as far as I want it to, because I realize now, like I say, if I would have made it more like this, I should have realized at the time. And I thought, I actually thought of that at the, you know, if I break these free though, if I can break these free, because these are supposed to pivot, and that could potentially help a little bit with this. I mean, if I can get that to break free. I think it is. That one's moving a lot. I don't know if it's actually free, but well, this one seems to be moving pretty good. But anyway, so like I say, I decreased this diameter. I decreased this width so that I can fit a little better in the tighter places on the especially on the Kawasaki. I adjusted the geometry of these tips a little bit, made this whole thing thicker with the intent of clipping these corners off to make it narrower. I forgot to do that, and I forgot to bring clippers because I forgot to do that. The flush cutters or whatever, you could use a lot of different things, but I was going to use the flush cutters to come with the printer. I actually made slots here. There we go. I made those slots there so that I got a flathead screwdriver over here. I remember seeing the other day and deciding to leave it up here just in case, and now I don't see it. Why do I not see it? I'm sure. Oh, there it is. So yeah, I'm sure I left it up here on purpose. So with these slots, I could help break it free. This one's already broken free, but this one, actually, this is the one that's partly broken free. The slot, kind of non-existent. Oh, that didn't work so well. Well, that didn't work so well, but it doesn't really matter because it works. Anyway, so I was saying, made it thicker, modified the geometry of these, made that narrower, made the spring part heavier, made that pivot diameter smaller, increased all of the gaps from 20 thousandths to 34 thousandths, just to help them break free better. And as you can see, this did break free quite easily. And so I'm pretty happy about that. Now, interestingly, I guess because I changed this, oh, I made those closer, so this doesn't even get all the way together. I lost track of that fact somehow. Not a big deal. I'm calling it a success. And this one I am going to use and not bother to change it again. And I say that, and maybe I will. But I can't. I have real work to do. Enough goofing around with this stuff. I'd like to break this guy free, though. I don't think I have any pliers up here. That seems to move it pretty good. It's still not broken free, but is it? I mean, it's wobbling. I can see the face of it wobbling, but not really rotating, I don't think. Where's what about the other one? Oh, flash turned off, but it's still recording. I thought I stopped recording. I said my battery's too low, but it's still recording, just the flash turned off. But yeah, so these are not rotating, but it doesn't matter. So I'm going to call this one good. Maybe I'll do another one. Even better version. Maybe not. Maybe so. But this is going to get the job done much faster. And I look forward to trying it out. All right, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you.